So yeah, my relationship with Mazda goes way back to 1985. At the time, growing up, my family didn't have a lot, so we didn't even own a vehicle. And the first person to buy a new car in my family was my uncle, and he purchased a 1985 uh, Mazda 626. I found this particular car about an hour and a half away from where I lived, down in North Carolina at the time, and thought it was pretty cool. And oddly enough, online it looked black. And once I got to where the car was at and saw it was actually dark blue, but it was kind of like dark blue chalk. So the paint was just so bad on it. Um, and I overlooked the Miata back in the 90s, mostly because I wasn't really much of an open top guy. I just felt like true sports cars had, you know, roots, hatchbacks. I come from the hot hatch era. Um, and But I started looking at them pretty seriously. I saw some that I really loved the way they looked when they were modified, and so I started looking for Miatas. So the Miata in general is a special experience. I had never driven one until I purchased this one. Once I got in it, I just knew right away why these cars are so highly regarded and why they're special. Um, and I always knew that they were special because it was one of those cars, or one of the few cars that, inexpensive cars that even people with good money would purchase. That says a lot about a vehicle um, because it does offer such a unique experience, and even more so today. So, um, to me, if someone is looking to purchase their first sports car or something, fun little car, I think that the Miata in any form, any of its generations, is excellent choice, and especially the first generation because it's so pure. It's the pure essence of what Mazda wanted the Miata to be. Um, and it's the handling, especially after a few modifications, is incredible. Um, the sound that comes out of the engine, very gratifying. Again, even though it doesn't necessarily make a lot of power. This one is the 1.8, so it's got a little bit more torque, and it still revs pretty well. Not as well as the 1.6, but I trade a little bit of top end for some torque in this vehicle, so it's a pretty good balance. Um, and Steering, but probably the most impressive thing about this car is the shifter and the shifting engagement. It has to be one of the all-time great shifting experiences. Um, And you'll notice from the videos that I still have the factory shift knob in this car. And quite frankly, I tried several different, more aesthetic shift knobs, and I kept coming back to the original one because nothing feels like the original shift knob does in this car. So it remains, and probably will, at least as long as I have the car. And yeah, it's just like a palate cleansing vehicle. So anytime I just want to get out and enjoy the drive, this is the one that I turn to most often. So, great car, and yeah, just really glad I made the purchase almost 10 years ago.